Happy Sunday, folks. Rud's here. We're going to do a shave of the day. Probably talk quite a bit about yesterday's epic 3rd annual Northeast Shave Meetup, and we'll get into that soon. Before we do, beverage of the shave. Green Flash out of San Diego, California. Soul Style IPA. Tropical and bright. Cheers. That's excellent. So, this shave is kind of randomly put together, but I've tried to put some semblance to it because it will help me walk through the meetup a bit. So, PAA Lavender Cedar. This was acquired yesterday off of our PIF table. More about that shortly. Brush. Carnivus and Richardson for Katie's Bubbles. I don't remember the name of this, but this was the custom that Chris had done with Josh. Game Changer Knot. This was a gift from Chris for my efforts running or putting together the meetup. For the head, PAA DOC with Gillette Silver Blue. This is on loan from Josh, who I saw at the meetup. For the face, Scottish Razor Company Modded Gold Dollar Kieranite Scales. And we shall finish with PAA Lavender Cedar Aftershave. This was gifted to me by Dan Mastronati after he saw the other day on one of my videos that I said I really wanted to try this. The stars aligned yesterday and I got both the soap and the aftershave, and I'll tell you what, first sniff of this, it's awesome. So, let me get lathered up or start lathering here, and I'm just going to ramble on. I'll probably cut and dice and slice this any way I see fit. Probably won't edit out too much shaving because I'll be talking most of the time. So we met yesterday. 70 people signed up. 68 showed. So 68 people yesterday at the Hard Rock Cafe in Foxwood Resort and Casino. We had set the meetup up such that people who wanted to bring things that were not used in their den could do so and put them on what we called the PIF table, pay it forward table. And that table was absolutely filled with product. And it wasn't just garbage, it was great stuff. People were able to try razors, soaps, brushes that they'd never had the chance to, all for free. I felt good because I was able to offload, 5 or 6 soaps and aftershaves that just weren't getting any love in my den. I threw a few razors up there. And I was happy to see they were all gone by the end of the day. This PA is lathering very well. I don't know what formula it is, but it's working. Brush is doing great. I really like the weight of this. I believe this is aluminum. I'm almost positive it's aluminum. Still has some nice heft to it. So the PIF table was a huge success. Moreover, the raffle table was absolutely spectacular. Having 68 guests, you're not always assured to have enough prizes for everyone. But through the generosity of our artisan community that was both represented there in person as well as through their donations by mail, we not only gave every single person there one prize, but many received two. We actually went back into the raffle bag for a second time through, and I think, I didn't count, but I bet you it was probably another 30 or 32 out of the 68 got a second swag prize. Everybody got a Edwin Jagger bag to hold their goodies, samples from various vendors. So I think it was well appreciated by the members there. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Will Mosek. He had told me he had a gift for me. So he showed up yesterday with this. I don't know if you can see the etching. Scotch shell, genuine. J.R. Torrey, Worcester, Mass. Torrey Strops, Worcester, Mass. He obtained this strop and restored it to, as you can see, a beautiful shine. This leather is supple and ready to rock. Cleaned up the linen. The linen is absolutely perfect. Cleaned my razors right off. So, Will, thank you so much for this. I am forever in your debt for that. That means a lot to me. Couple other guys I mentioned, Dan Mastronati brought me this after watching one of the vids. Dave Yakubowski brought me a beer from down his neck of the woods in Jersey for me to try, and I will be doing that soon on camera. I didn't have time to chill it and research it today after we got home in time for this shave, but Dave, I appreciate it, and I can't wait to share my thoughts with you on camera. Well, the meetup was, there was a large contingent there that I've known from past meetups, as well as due to my location. I am very fortunate to have several like-minded wet shavers local whom I'm able to meet up with quite frequently, typically monthly. But to meet people yesterday that I've spoken with over Facebook or Reddit or Instagram or just through the YouTube channel, it was amazing. Such great people. There was a lot of thanks given to me yesterday by people individually, but really yesterday's meetup I was just pulling strings, man. The success of the meetup was due 99.9% in part to the artisans who helped us, give out swag, but also the members of, or guests, I should say, who attended and just made everybody feel as if they were friends. It was great. Steve Ringling said it really good today in a post. He said it was almost like a high school reunion. Even though that was his first meetup, he felt welcome and it felt like he knew people, and it was a warming environment where you could talk freely and just really have a nice time. We had the pleasure of watching the Razor Queen, Tiffany Cosma, perform a straight shave to Speaks live, and she didn't cut him. I take no credit for the awesome lather I created for his shave. The stallion gave some stropping tips to a few interesting folks. That was pretty cool. It's really hard to try and name names and without, I would miss too many people. But it was so cool to walk around that room and just shake everybody's hand once at least and say hi. Make sure they were having a good time. It makes me look forward to planning next year already. Alright, so we'll get on with the head shave here. It was awesome yesterday to get to meet the fine folks behind K Shave Works, Kelly and Kevin. Haven't really had much contact with them, but they were wonderful people, easy to talk to, very welcoming. They were super generous at the prize table, and that's what yesterday was really about, was just meeting people, talking to old friends. So I got to sit and talk with Brad and Casey Maggard, who came all the way from Adrian, Michigan. And I hadn't seen them in probably 2 years. Since, I think when I was out there, it was right before they moved into their new facility. Within a few months of that. So, yeah, I think that's been quite a while ago. But it was awesome to talk with them. My man Melvin Morales was there with his wife. Can't wait to see his shave den video when he gets around to it. Of course, everybody was excited to see Nick Shaves joined us again this year. He's always a star of the show, so to speak. And the artisan contingent that was there in person was crazy. Hope I don't forget anybody, but I'm going to try. try to name them all. So we had Will and Paula, Carius from Barrister and Mann. I already mentioned that Kelly and Kevin Doherty from Case Shave Works was there. Peter Charkelis from the Shaving Shop Online, and soon to be opened The Club was there. Sharky's a tough one, right? Because I mean, he's like he's an artisan, but he's also or a vendor, but he's also a very active member in this community, and I guess that goes for most of the artisans. So no need to categorize. But let's see. The Cullens were there. Mr. and Mrs. Bubbles were there. The Hogans, Kelly and Kitty Hogan from Black Ship Grooming was there. Stefan from The Holy Black was there. I'm probably missing people. Let's see. Who else? Well, I mentioned the Maggards. Maggards were there. God, I'm going to feel awful if I miss somebody. I swear, if I did, I don't mean it intentionally. I'm going on very little sleep. I had a nasty cold leading up to this week's meetup. Oh man, I was so scared that I was going to be a miserable bitch yesterday, but I wasn't. Powered through it, started feeling better. Really, Friday was okay. Still sick, but Saturday morning I felt somewhat better. And just your company really helped keep me going. It was really cool to see past Northeast Shave Meetup veterans back yesterday, like Steve LeBlanc and Dean Winters. It was also cool to meet people like Scott Leslie and Kenny Brockelstein, Brandon Wiebold, Alex Krause, cool man. I can't wait to talk with you some more, get you out here. We'll talk about some honing, get you into the touch-up progressions, and then we'll see where it takes us. So many nice people yesterday. Obviously, my man Tristan was there with his dad Josh, and they brought one of Josh's buddies, Chris, who has recently converted to wet shaving, and they had their son with them. So Tristan and his buddy were getting all pointers and giving pointers out. Tristan got his first, I don't know if it's his first, but he got a straight razor yesterday. So we're going to get him going with that shortly. You know, and then after the meetup, it was great that people were able to break up and kind of go in smaller groups with people they wanted to hang out with or could have had time to hang out with and whatnot, that were doing like things, you know. There was a group of folks that went up and had some cigars in the lounge. I was able to meet up with Speegs and Chad and Tom and Colin and Will, Mosek and all our families and whatnot, and Jeff Ridman, Ronnie Greer, have some drinks. Then some of us went off to dinner because we were hungry again, and it was just good. It was a nice venue for, you know, the ability to bounce around and get things done that you wanted to do. I know Brandon Wiebold and his girlfriend had a great time at the casino. Saw them for a bit. You know, and other folks had to head on their way, but Still had a great day. It was really cool to meet Timothy Corbishley and his wife, Nicole. Tim's, relatively local in the wet shaving area up here in the Northeast. But that was the first time I got to shake his hand, so that was cool. Seabass Fanouf, his wife, and his friend Michael and his wife Wendy. Man, so many people. I made it a point this year to really try to get around and at least talk to everybody for a few minutes. And it's tough, when you're trying to make sure things are running smoothly for the whole group. But I think I accomplished that, so thank you all for taking some time to talk yesterday. Already be thinking about next year, so. In fact, I think Chad already posted a share your thoughts. How can we improve? What did you like? And what can we improve on for next year? So, all right, we are clean as a whistle. All right. So listen, everybody. If I didn't mention you, I apologize. It was not intentional. I had a great time with each and every one of you. I thank you all for making yesterday so successful. I really look forward to next year, but more importantly, throughout this next year, add more people to this hobby, teaching more people straight shaving, honing, whatever you want to know, man. Let's do it. Let's try it all. Thank you, everybody. I know this video is probably already super long, but I am going to attempt to post all the pictures I could quickly cull off my camera, my phone, Facebook, etc. Do you a quick little slideshow with some music. Feel free to watch. And thank you all for watching. Have a great Sunday. Cheers, folks.
Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. Limited time offer. Not available in stores and is made in Britain. Beware of imitators. May cause heart attack, stroke, and death. Use with caution. Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. Limited time offer. Not available in stores and is made in Britain. Beware of imitators. May cause heart attack, stroke, and death. Use with caution. Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. 1-800-577-8038. Limited time offer. Not available in stores and is made in Britain. Beware of imitators. May cause heart attack, stroke, and death. Use with caution. Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. Limited time offer. Not available in stores and is made in Britain. Beware of imitators. May cause heart attack, stroke, and death. Use with caution. Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. Call 1-800-577-8038. That's 1-800-577-8038. Limited time offer. Not available in stores and is made in Britain. Beware of imitators. May cause heart attack, stroke, and death. Use with